What if the goal isn't to feel like yourself again, but to feel at home with who you're becoming? Because you going back really isn't an option. And believe it or not, it's not really what most women actually want. Hey, 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 welcome back to Pause the Burn, where we speak about perimenopausal mental health and wellness. You're joining the last part of a three-part series on identity with perimenopause. If you haven't, I encourage you to watch part one and two about identity and catch up. In this identity series, we've named something many women feel but rarely have language for. You're not lost. We've established that you're not broken. We've established you're not feeling at this midlife thing, even though it's like sometimes like a daily task to get through the day. You're in an identity recalibration, one that asks for true honesty and not an urgency. Today, we're talking about how to move forward without forcing a reinvention or clinging to old versions of yourself that just no longer fit. Most women think reconnection actually means recovery, getting back to that old thing, getting back that old energy, getting back that old drive, that old tolerance. But perimenopause doesn't work that way. This phase isn't about restoring a former operating system, it's about integrating what you've been with who you are now. And that includes your wisdom, that includes your limits, which is a big one, and that includes your clear sense of what costs too much. And when women feel disconnected, the instinct is to keep pushing. I'm going to push through this fatigue. I'm going to push through irritability. I'm going to push through confusion. But pushing is often what created the disconnect to begin with. This season responds better to alignment more than effort. And alignment starts with listening, not to the fears that come up, but to the feedback that comes up. So, of course, now you're saying, all right, cut to the chase. Who am I supposed to be now? Right? Instead of asking who you're supposed to be now, let's try anchoring these three questions. So, get your pen and paper ready because this is what you may want to start to journal or reflect about. Number one, what drains me faster than it used to? Very key question. This isn't about being weak, it's actually information. What once felt manageable now carries a higher cost emotionally, physically, and relationally. So, honoring this protects your nervous system and protects your own sense of self. Number two, what feels true, even if it looks different? Some parts of you aren't gone, they're just finding a new way to express themselves. Leadership might actually look like discernment now. Ambition might actually look like sustainability now. And care might actually include prioritizing yourself first. And the third question, what am I no longer willing to override? This is one of the more quieter gifts of midlife. Less tolerance for chronic overextension, less tolerance for emotional labor without reciprocity. Let me repeat that one: emotional labor without reciprocity, right? And I know I'm dramatic. And explaining your limits to people committed to misunderstanding them. Someone may try to tell you, oh, you're being too hard, you're changing because this modified version of you no longer serves them. That's not being hard, that's actually being clear. And let me be clear too that there can be some grief here, right? Not for who you were, but you assumed you would always be easy or something would always come natural to you. Your body has capacity and your emotions also has elasticity. But grief and growth are not opposites. They actually walk together. And reconnection doesn't come from pressure, it comes from permission. Permission to adjust your pace, permission to renegotiate roles, and let your identity evolve without apologizing. This is how you build a life that fits your current nervous system, not your past expectations. So, the companion worksheet that goes with this session isn't about answers. It's about noticing what feels aligned for you, what feels outdated for you, and what's quietly asking for your attention. Not fixing, not forcing. It's an honest reflection. That's identity. So, if you've been thinking, I don't feel like myself, and what you may be really wanting to say is the old way of doing things just no longer works, and I'm learning what does, that's not loss, that is transition. And transitions, when supported, have thresholds and guardrails. You're not disappearing, you're recalibrating with wisdom this time around. Leave a thought or comment about identity, whether you're noticing changes or you're seeing how your identity is recalibrating, or even messages of hope for others. In the next episode, we're going to shift from identity to recalibration and how it shows up in relationships, boundaries, expectations, and the emotional labor in perimenopause. Because becoming yourself, again, doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in how you live, choose, and relate. So, like and subscribe to stay connected for updated information that I may post. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.